representing Lifespark Labs from San Diego, California, Amber Trivedi.
Good evening. Thanks for coming out today. I want you to imagine you're in your early 20s. Half your friends have had a breakdown due to anxiety or depression. Now you're graduating into a job market where AI is rewriting roles faster than you can apply. Gen Z gets pegged as the failure to launch generation, but they're not wrong to feel the odds are stacked against them. The problem is, they're using a playbook for a world that no longer exists. I'm a mom of 3 Gen Z kids, and I know getting a job is largely about who you know. So I tell my kids, put yourself out there, network, go meet people. And they look at me like, Mom, I don't even want to send an email. So telling them to go out and talk to a bunch of strangers fills them with anxiety. And we need to give them something that will actually work. And you know what does work? Games. One of the most popular games is Pokemon Go. That's a game that told you you don't have to sit in one place. You can go out to the real live world and get rewarded for it. So Lifespark Labs takes that same mindset and applies it to finding your career path. We take the scaries out of a job search for Gen Z and make it fun. They play missions and quests to find work that means something to them. Then our AI lets them simulate careers so they could try on what works or what doesn't. And the more they play, the better their profile gets. And when their profile matches a job opening, that job applies to them instead of the other way around. They don't need to leave their comfort zone to find job opportunities. But we all know they're going to need to get out of their comfort zone if they're going to succeed in that job. Gen Z is allergic to discomfort, and that makes them disengage at work. Employers lose $500 billion a year to disengage workers. So we make it fun for young people to understand how to be more successful for the employers that hire them. Our patent-pending AI engine measures these human skills like critical thinking, influencing others, or de-escalating conflict, and for the first time translates that into structured data that employers can use to hire the right candidates. We've been seeing incredible demand. In our prototype testing, 89% would recommend our game to a friend. We asked our summer test cohort, just pay what you can. It could have been free, but they chose to pay us $15 to $30 a month, which shows just how much they need clarity for their future. Now, organizations are excited to work with us as well. We are launching in January, going live at 5 colleges and workforce organizations that will implement the game with their students. And then there's that skill data we're collecting. Remember how the jobs apply to the players instead of the other way around? We save employers time and money by recruiting candidates who will work hard and stay longer. And with an $11 billion addressable market, the opportunity is enormous. If you're going to build a game, you need to know a thing or two about game design. We have the developer from God of War and a Gen Z ambassador for Women in Games. On top of that, we have an all-star team of behavioral scientists, workforce experts who coach hundreds of people in career development, experts in computational neuroscience and AI systems who've scaled tech for millions. Gen Z feels like they have to choose between successful career or finding well-being, and no one should have to make that choice. So we're building a world where everyone can match to work that means something to them. Now we're going to show you a video, so please vote for us. Big shout out to the best hackathon team, What We Do. And they helped us build what you're looking at here, the first version of Gen Z's Life GPS. It's the platform that fits their lifestyle, that's there in the middle of the night when their mind is racing and they want answers. Think about that young person in your life who's struggling, even though they have so much potential. Think about your kids, your grandkids. Vote for us to give them the happiness they deserve, because voting for us is voting for them.
Great job, Amber. All right, we'll take it to the judges' questions. I believe we are at Esther and Raheel.
Yeah. Amazing presentation, amazing mission. I saw your one quote, a question that Mark and I were actually talking about, so I hope he's not next because I'm going to steal his question. Like the process, like you identify, okay, this is what would be a great lane for you to pursue. What comes next, right? Is it bringing them tailored opportunities? Is that kind of the next step on the roadmap? Or is it like right now just identifying like, this is what you're good at, go do that?
We actually want to connect the dots for the whole process. So first, they're playing the game, and then we have validated scientific assessments that let them match to careers using all of these global taxonomies. And then they can simulate to see what careers they want. And then as they build their profile, we act as the recruiter to actually place them into jobs that employers are looking for their unique skill profile.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And now Esther will have our next question, I believe.
What is the last question, Esther?
Okay, so it's really good. I love your product. I love your idea and your vision. I just kind of wanted to know, what's your plan to turn that user data into something scalable, and who is it targeting towards more? Is it towards that customer, or is it more towards maybe the careers and job paths that need that workforce, or even those schools? So if you have it very intertwined, like, are you going to be targeting both aspects? And where do you see most of your customer base coming from first?
Yes. So we first want to solve Gen Z's problem. So our customers or organizations that want Gen Z to find careers like schools and workforce orgs, Greek life. We actually in active talks with the military to help service members find their first civilian jobs. And then we have a premium product that's available to direct users. So as we build that, we will have this talent pool, and then we essentially are getting recruiter placement fees to get them those jobs.
Okay, that's amazing.
All right. Thank you, Amber. Lifespark Labs, everybody. Great job. And finally, last in our lightning round, 30 seconds on the clock for Lifespark Labs.
Every generation has one defining innovation. Boomers had the resume, millennials had LinkedIn. Gen Z is going to have Lifespark Labs, the games that reveals who you are, and for the first time, turns that human qualities into data that connects them to employers who are seeking those unique skills. Vote for Lifespark Labs, because we are not just improving the job search, we are reinventing how Gen Z finds work in the age of AI.
All right.
Thank you, Amber.
My question's for Lifespark Labs, and I love your product. I love everybody that participated here. You guys are all amazing, amazing people. My question for you is, what is your plan to turn your all that data that you collect in your user base and use that to scale it in your regions or your customer base? And how do you plan to scale that globally?
Yeah, so globally, we definitely plan to do that, but I can tell you more about our US plans. So in 4 years, our forecast shows that we will have 2 million members, which should be very doable in 4 years. And if we look at recruitment placement fees for early stage careers at your standard $4,000 a pop, that gets us to $278 million ARR in 4 years. And then we plan to take this globally, which would then 13x that.
All right. Each founder got a question here from the judges.